This is a scary time for just about everyone. Your gigs have all been canceled, your bartending and babysitting side jobs also gone. Your voice students don't have the same resources for their lessons, so your teaching is getting cut back even though you're now teaching online. You're concerned about your future. You're concerned about your survival. I hear you loud and clear because sometimes I feel scared too. But the crazy thing is that even though these circumstances are new and dramatic, the thoughts are old, and it's your thinking that's making you scared, not your actual circumstances. That's why in today's video, we're going to cover how you can thrive during an economic downturn, even one as scary as the coronavirus. Hi, I'm Fiona, your coach for all things singing, including mindset, marketing, and monetization. Are you a singer or performing artist interested in a profitable, consistent, sustainable career? Then take a moment to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. New videos every Wednesday. So let's get to it and cover my top 10 tips for growing your singing business during an economic crisis. Sound good? Okay. We're going to get into some really practical tips for actually making money right now. But first, we've got to deal with your mindset, because the reality is that it doesn't matter how much time, energy, or creativity you put into your business. If you don't believe you can make money, then you won't. In general, singers, musicians, and pretty much artists of all kinds suffer under the illusion that it's difficult to make money from our passion. We've been sold a bill of goods glorifying the tragic romantic starving artist to the point where we often believe that if we're making money commercially, we must be selling out. This couldn't be further from the truth, and all you have to do is look to your favorite celebrity artists to realize that you can be an extraordinarily authentic, talented, creative, popular, and rich artist. I'm thinking of Beyonce, Madonna, Jennifer Lopez, Stephen King, Elton John, and Steven Spielberg. I mean, really, the list is endless and crosses every artistic medium. So before you can emotionally reckon with a situation like the one we're dealing with today, where literally every individual and industry is impacted, you've got to deal with your starving artist and scarcity mindset. Make sense? Start focusing on the abundance that still surrounds you. Maybe the stores are out of toilet paper, but they've still got a lot of apples, oranges, and cheese. Pay attention to your scarcity mindset. Fiona, come on, how can this possibly help me? I can't wipe myself with an orange peel. Well, that's probably true, although I've never tried it myself. But focusing on the abundance of oranges will help you resonate with abundance in general. And law of attraction teaches us that what we focus on expands. So while you focus on the abundance of oranges instead of the scarcity of toilet paper, you will start resonating with the abundance and begin to call more abundance into your life, from oranges to toilet paper to actual money. Not only this, but your thoughts create your reality, meaning that your perception of your world becomes your world. If you only see the scarcity, the world becomes a place of lack in many ways. While if you focus on abundance, you'll start to see abundance everywhere. And it's your thoughts, my friends, that are really at the root of your overwhelm and fear. Now that you realize that your perception becomes your reality and that what you focus on expands, tip 2 is to actively look for new opportunities. The challenge is that you won't see opportunities right in front of you if you are still focused on lack. So you've got to get your mindset straight first, okay? Opportunities will come in all sorts of different packages right now, from invitations to live stream with new people, to starting a podcast or YouTube channel that leads to sponsorships or even more collaborations that lead to more opportunities. But there are other super practical opportunities right in front of you, like teaching online. Maybe you're already teaching online, but maybe you're an artist who has never thought of teaching, who doesn't believe you have anything to teach, or who has the limiting belief that if you start teaching, you won't be a performer anymore. Helping artists get their first paid students and clients is something I help my own clients to do. And if this interests you, definitely shoot me a DM over on Instagram. And whether you're already teaching online or want to start, definitely download the free guide I created for you that will help you get started. Link in the description. If you've been a performing artist for some time, I guarantee you know things you can teach. Think outside the box. You don't have to teach vocal technique, piano, or guitar. You could teach about stage fright, gut health, fitness, recovering from injury, auditioning, acting, and/or the performer's mindset, all through the lens of the performing artist. There are literally so many things you could teach. Let me know in the comments what other ideas you come up with. And shoot me a message over on Instagram if you like this idea but feel a little stuck figuring out what you personally could do. This is my jam. I love helping performers get unstuck so they can start making real money. Tip 4 is to literally ask your fans for help. There's no shame in asking for help when we need it. Seriously, the US government just approved a $2 trillion stimulus package. Even some of the most successful bands are financially challenged right now due to canceled tours. But everyone is not struggling. There still are plenty of people who do have money to spare and share, and some of them may very well be your superfans. Even so, if you don't feel comfortable asking for donations, consider pre-selling your next album. Let your fans know you have a project in the works, and due to the challenging time, you'd love their help in selling it out in advance, which would help them to help you while giving them something of value back in exchange. Another option for the album you're pre-selling, or even the current songs and merch on your website, is to change the pricing from $1 a song and $10 an album to a donate what you can button. The reason for this is that it gives the people with more money to spare the opportunity to help you even more. You can set the minimum song donation at $1, but some of your fans may choose to give you $5, $10, or even $20 for one song just to support you. Tip 7 is a no-brainer. It's definitely past time to start your Patreon account, right? Maybe you've been putting this off because it felt too difficult. You didn't understand how to get started, or you were embarrassed to promote it and ask for money. Well, my friend, now's the time, and none of those reasons hold any water under these circumstances. Would you like a whole video on how to start a Patreon membership? Let me know in the comments. According to CreatorHype.com, Amanda Palmer was making $55,000 per month back in 2018. Still don't think it's worth your time or energy? Now, I think that all these tips sound great, but you may be thinking, Fiona, my fans are struggling too right now. How can I ask them for money? This is a terrible time to sell. It would be totally insensitive. And this is where I've got to give you some real truth. There's nothing wrong with selling. There's nothing wrong with asking for money. And if you think there is, then we're right back where we started with the starving artist mindset. First of all, don't assume that all of your fans are suffering right now financially. Many of them have secure jobs working from home during the quarantine. And what they really need is your music and your art to help them get through. They need you to uplift, inspire, and heal them. They need your music to help them make sense of the craziness in the world, and they'd be happy to pay you for it. Not only this, the economy needs you right now too. If no one is selling, then no one is buying, and we need to be circulating money all through the economy at every level. Remember, your art has value, and so do your services. It's a deep and chronic underestimating of yourself that is at the root of your unwillingness to ask for help from your fans, to start teaching online, to start your Patreon membership, and/or pre-sell your next album. So now, we're right back where we started. None of these practical tips will get you anywhere if you don't take charge of your mindset. You do deserve to thrive during this crisis. You do deserve to thrive always. This may sound harsh, but this crisis is going to be worse for some people than others. And it's not for the reasons you might think. It's not because life isn't fair. It's not because no one cares about art. It's not because there isn't enough money or toilet paper. The truth is that what we focus on expands. So if you focus on your fear will expand until it literally starts infiltrating your actual circumstances. Don't let this be you. Focus instead on the gifts inherent to this unexpected whirlwind, like having more time to practice, work on your album, rest, or spend time with your loved ones. Look for the opportunities and new connections. The world has suddenly become smaller and far more interconnected as we all deal with the same pandemic. Look for the beauty that surrounds you and the acts of heroism, small and large. And remember, at the end of the day, that you too are a hero. Maybe you're not a doctor or nurse on the front lines, but you're a healer in your own way. Music heals, uplifts, and inspires. So does your art of all kinds. You and your art are needed now more than ever. I really hope this video uplifted and inspired you to remember your own value. And if you're thinking of starting or growing an online teaching business, feel free to shoot me a DM on Instagram, and definitely don't forget to download your free guide, link in the description below, and watch this video all about how to make that transition. Now, uplift and inspire me by liking this video, subscribing to my channel, and hitting the notification bell so you won't miss a single video. And definitely let me know in the comments below what other topics you'd like me to cover to help you with your singing career. Since you watched to the end of this video, I'm guessing you'll also be interested in these videos. And now, as always, go out into the world and let your light shine. You deserve to be heard, and the world deserves to hear you.